Hey everybody, welcome back. Getting ready to start round 4 here at Steamshovel Banks, the Saskatchewan Farms Tour Classic on TGCTours.com. Just after finishing a great round, if you want to go back and watch it, maybe you missed it, maybe you didn't. Hit an eagle, 1 bogey, finished 4 under on the day. We're 10 under through 3. And we're going to try and just close out here as strong as we can. Decked out in the purple and black. The Prime Gaming. 11 mile an hour winds to the south. So this is going to be interesting conditions to deal with. I don't think we've dealt with heavy conditions like this since we got back up on the horse. So it'll be interesting to see how we can deal with those. And we're going to deal with them immediately by just heading right into the heavy rough on the first one. A little bit of a raw deal there, considering that we perfected that shot, but it does mean we have to account more for the wind conditions going forward. That's fasted a little bit, but the wind should bring us in close to the pin here. So we should still be hopefully looking good for our birdie attempt here. Sorry, 13 feet. We got a little bit of break. Oh, that's gonna just drop wide. That's unfortunate. Should have accounted for that a little bit better. But that's okay. We still come out of the first one with the power. That's perfectly fine, considering that the wind just scuffed our first shot on us. And we'll absolutely take that all day, every day. Okay, wind is blowing us in towards the wall, so we're definitely going to aim far left here. Or far right, sorry, I should say. Can't even get my directions right today. Slowed a little bit, but the wind is going to keep it level. Just a solid drive down the fairway for just shy of 315 here. Okay. Big wind's going to carry us in, so maybe we club down to the pitching wedge. Finger slipped off the thumbstick there for a second. 98% power, probably not as much as we wanted, but you know it's actually probably going to work out because it's going to stay on the green here. We're not going to overshoot. And we're close enough to the pin here so that we can make a decent attack at this birdie attempt. 12 foot with slight break. This is makeable. There we go. That's the first one off the round. It's a good start. 1 par, 1 birdie. Start as you mean to go on. I actually just find it kind of amazing that it took almost half a year of this game being out for me to finally learn how to play. You know, when you put it that way, it just sounds actually kind of incredible. We're gonna go short with the pitching wedge here and let the wind carry us up. We probably will have that uphill to deal with, but I don't want to risk going over the green, and that's kind of the important thing for me to worry about here. We are going to be quite a distance away from the pin here. That's going to circle back down and into the crater. Okay, break's not as bad as I thought it would have been. 32 feet, not as far out as I thought we would have been either, to be honest. That is going to break a little bit. It's going to break a good bit. It's going to be a birdie. Let's go. Let's go. What a great putt. Uphill and with break, and we're going to get a replay of this as well. Let's take another look. That's absolutely beautiful putt. 32 feet. Off the post and in. Fantastic. We were just putting in a great showing this week. I really hope that this isn't just one of those weird things where hey, you fluked it this week and also you're going to be terrible from here on out. That's actually shaping up to be a decent drive. Almost 300 yards to the bounce. Some great carry distance there. 333. 333, as Pat Foley would say on the Blackhawks broadcasts. The club down to the 9 iron. Wind's going to carry us. Maybe a little bit of backspin to just try and help us slow down when we get there. Slow and wind carry. That's going to be quite far from the pin. Still going to get a green in regulation here from it, but it's absolutely not where we wanted to be. Big slope on this 55 footer. And we're not even going to get close. Not even close. 12 foot for par. Drops in nicely. There we go. We still managed to save par after a bad second shot. I can be happy with that. There's lots to be pleased about there. And we're shooting into a headwind here, which means we deliberately need to aim for this left-hand side fairway. Fasted it a little bit, so we're going to be in the rough here, unfortunately. We're starting to get a little bit ahead of ourselves now, which is also slightly worrying. And I have to hit this one out with a hybrid. A little bit of shot shaping involved. Let's try and get out from underneath this tree. We're still going to stay in the heavy rough by the looks of things. Or maybe we're going to swirl into this. No, we're not going to go into the bunker. We're going to stay in the heavy rough here, actually. Pitch it up into heavy wind. We should be able to get close for the par. It's a nice on there. This could be a tricky par attempt here, actually, a 13-footer. Break here is quite swift. Will he make it? Just about. It's a good recovery. Our first bad hole all around, we still managed to get out of here with a par. Lots to be happy about. But still lots of work to be done to try and eliminate that from our game. Quite heady 10 mile an hour winds. We're gonna shorten up the 3-wood here, and see if we can partial this and get close. 86% power with a fast. We're not gonna get very close. We're gonna get into the bunker. Not the shot I wanted, that's for sure. Splash up out of here with the 8-iron. That's not gonna get close either. That's gonna roll all the way back down. Okay, second very bad hole. Look at the roll here I have to deal with now. Just from 2 bad shots. That's all it takes to ruin your round. 2 bad shots. This is a par attempt, and this is going to get nowhere near close, I feel. Well, all we can do is hope for the best. That's actually going to get very close! But no cigar. As we take our first bogey off round 4. Again, 1 or 2 bad shots is all it takes. And for all that we can be excited about finally improving, there is still a lot of work to be done. A slight slow. We are heading towards... It should bounce out back towards the fairway again. Well, it's going to come to a complete stop in terms of forward progression comes. It's just going to roll level here. We just have to drive this and just send it. Red fast. Not ideal. It's going to... Might actually skip up above the bunker. Excuse me. No, not ideally where I would want to put this shot, but It's light. It's still classified as light rough. We are pitching into wind here. And slowing it like that is certainly not going to do me any favors, that's for freaking sure. Slowing it like that is not going to help either. Again, a couple of bad shots, all it takes. And all of a sudden, a birdieable hole is now turning into an 18-footer for par. And it's pretty tricky looking here. We have this break right at our feet to contend with as well, so do need to be a little bit careful here. It's going to drop. And we're very lucky to make it out of there without taking any negative points with us on the scorecard. So yeah, do need to be better. But could have been a lot worse. It's a nice drive. Over the 300 yards. You love to see that, that's for sure. Wind's died down to only 3 miles an hour, so might be able to get pretty close here with the pitching wedge, as long as we keep it steady. It's a little bit grey slow. Too much grey slow. I feel like a perfect would have got that in. We haven't really... There's a big height gap here. I'm surprised the ball actually managed to get up on the green here. Again, 1 or 2 bad shots is all it takes. Pretty consistent roll here. On this power attempt. Should drop. No! It's just going to skim the hole and drop wide. For only our second bogey of the round, that's not bad. We are back down to even on the day though. Hole 9, got a challenge in the hole. Hit the green in regulation. Wind has picked back up to 10 miles an hour again. Very gusty out here. And Steamshovel banks on this round 4. Slide fast, we're not going to break 300, I'm not even going to break 290. It's okay. That is fine. Wind might blow us back a little bit, but we're down into the crater here, so just send it. Slight grey fast. Should just bounce and roll down in. It's going to get pretty close to the pin actually. It's a nice on, and a birdie to negate one of those bogeys, bring us back under par on the day, and close out the front 9, 1 under, and we improve to 11 under par. Front 9 done, back 9 to go. Send it. Very fast with 101% power. That's a 300 yarder for sure. 321. Solid first drive on the back 9 here. Pitching wedge should get us close. Not with a slow like that. Not with a slow like that. I'm starting to lose my groove a little bit here on this on the back half of this course, which is unfortunate. But, you know, we've worked so hard for 3 rounds, and then it's just all starting to kind of fade away. Hopefully it's not a sign of things to come, but we're just gonna keep battling out here. We're gonna keep doing our best. That one nearly missed, but we still get a par out of it. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. Hey, this is the tricky one. This is always the tricky drive. Mostly because I always end up fasting it, and then we end up in the rough here in the near side. Not even on the far side rough. We're going to hit the far side rough here this time though. Which, you know, ideally you don't want to be hitting. You want to be hitting the fairway, but, you know. We take the wins with the losses. It's 102% perfect out of here. It's going to bounce. Should leave us with a nice, simple enough trajectory towards the pin for the birdie here. 19 feet away. Seems like a consistent enough break, but I think we're consistently going wide left. Unfortunately. It's okay. We took a bad drive, we still came back with a par. That's the most important thing is, can we save pars from bad shots? The answer to that so far is yes. And I'm happy with that. Tricky pin placement on this one. Oh, we're gonna be way downhill here on this. Or maybe not. Maybe the heavy rough will stop us a little bit. Okay, we're on the edge of the slope. We need to be splashing this one up. It's heavy rough, so we do have the lie penalty. Oof. Maybe should have clubbed up for that. This is a chip that I feel like we can make though. Okay, not if we go full send like that, because now we're all the way down to the bottom! Couple of bad shots. I need to just stop saying that because I'm just becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy at this point. That's gonna stop short and wide left. And that's going to be our first double bogey of the tournament. And we're back down to single digits. Not where we want to be, but it's where we find ourselves. And now comes the real character work of how do we come back from this? The answer is not with a drive like that. Oof. That's horrible. Perhaps fasting it out of there may have been the best option. Okay, we're in the light rough. We're not in the fairway. Again, we seem to be losing our calibration a little bit towards the end of this. That's wide right. That's way wide right and way overpowered. This is where we fall. This is the big tilt happening here. All of a sudden we're on 3 bogeys and 1 double bogey. We find ourselves 2 over on the day. And with not a lot of golf left to be played, that really puts us in a tricky predicament. Again with the red fast. And we're in the light rough. Doesn't even count as a fairway hit. That's a perfect though. Let's stay on the fairway or we'll let careen off into the light rough as well. Yeah, it's a light rough as well. That doesn't even count as a fairway hit either. It was just oofs all around. Slight fast on that pitch, and we already accommodated for losing a bit of distance to try and get us closer to the pin, and now we're down on this downhill section. So we're fighting uphill. We've got some break right to left. Going to get us close, and unfortunately it's only going to get us a par. Super unfortunate, but it is what it is. I guess. So you can't really rest on your laurels a lot when you're in TGC tours. Is everything you do, like, you'll always get caught out one way or another doing something wrong. Like, it takes a lot of work to be consistently good, and the top players up in Platinum and Elite tier show that time and time again. That's a perfect. You need to be hitting those 99 times out of 100. Not 66 times, not 75 times, 99 times. That's what you need to do in order to succeed at this level. And I'm not there yet, so that's why I'm all the way back down in this division and not, you know, battling for higher honours further up the top of the card. That is going to be a smooth birdie, though. It's nice to get one back. We're now only one over on the day. And we've got 3 holes to go, including that big switchback hole, which worries me a little bit that that's coming up. Because, like I said, like I said before, even in the practice rounds, I've never been super good at that hole. So that's why I'm kind of worried about it. Normal 8 iron should be able to push through here. And with 101% power. Maybe not, actually. Still that little bit of an uphill. Not as much break as I thought maybe there may have been coming up to this hole. So this might be a makeable putt here. Oh, just inches wide. Just inches wide. And that's going to come down for a nice par attempt. 2 holes to go. We've got this hole in front of us here. I feel like we gotta try and kick it off here, haven't we? Oof, and that's fast as well. That's not even going to make it anywhere remotely close to the green. Again, partial shots, just not my area of expertise whatsoever. Slightly flat flop attempt. It's going to leave us close for the par. And drop it in. One last birdie will bring us back to even ball on the day. So I can be happy if we get that. I mean, I'm probably still going to be happy even if I don't get it, to be perfectly honest with you. Just because, you know, we've put in a lot of work to get where we are right now. I'm very happy with the progress that we're making. Even if it seems like for one round that it's just kind of starting to slip away. Into the light rough. Not ideal, but could probably work with this. Okay, maybe we can't work with this, but okay. We get up and we're onto the green here. This is very tricky. 56 foot. A lot of break and some downhill section. This is an eagle attempt. It's not breaking that much. That's gonna come in nicely. That's gonna come in nicely! Let's go! That's an eagle! Oh man, what a great way to send this week out. What an absolutely beautiful way to send this week out. Perfect downhill putt. It looks like it's just going to run out of gas coming close to the pin here for 56 feet. That is an incredible putt. And we've gone from 1 over to 1 under on the day. So we're still slowly tracking in the right direction here. As we're 11 under overall. As we record this, we're tied for 67th on the PC leaderboard. Thank you all very much for watching. Hopefully your rounds have been as good or even better than my rounds this week. Any hints, tips, tricks you have, always keep them flowing in the comment section and read every one of them. Like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you've enjoyed the golf this week, please let me know. I certainly have. I hope you have too. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back on the course on Monday for another round of TGC Tours. Thanks again. We'll see you guys later.